McCauley and Pray It Off in Syracuse, New York. I love it when men join the group because we all struggle. Men, women, teenagers. I used to have 2 teenagers in the group back in the day from West Jenny, and they both lost 100 pounds and kept it off. They are adults and they still keep in touch with me. The thing is, men, and I want to thank Roland for this article, men are the stereotypical, many of them, meat and potatoes. Give me my meat, give me my potatoes and gravy, my roll, my butter. Now, women are a little bit more complicated. They want their sweets, they want their carbs, they want those sorts of things. But there are some real carnivore women in the group, but mostly I noticed the women are eating the processed foods and the men are eating way too much red meat. Now, I don't want to take everything away from everybody, but there's processed meats like hot dogs, ham, sausages, that can lead to some health issues, okay? And a lot of people are on, not in this group, but are on that keto diet. I don't believe in it. I really don't believe in any specific restrictive diet. I personally try to limit my dairy, gluten, and sugar because they don't agree with me. That's why. I don't like the way I feel. I don't do it because it's a diet I'm recommending. If you eat ice cream and it gives you palpitations, what do I say? Don't eat ice cream, right? So if you are in a love affair with meat, what you need to do is say, well, how's my cholesterol? How is my blood pressure? And then we have red meat once a week. Usually we'll have a small steak once a week. We have fish 3 times a week. We have chicken or a white meat or pork, but not processed. We don't have hot dogs. I didn't have a hot dog all summer long. I survived. Also, we need to say, no diet. I don't recommend any specific diet, but a lifestyle like the Mediterranean plan, all that does is it encourages some white meat, red meat once a week, some fruits, some vegetables, that kind of a lifestyle plan, or the DASH plan, which is reducing your salt in your life. And we're going to talk a little bit about salt next week. Also, people think, well, I didn't have red meat, I just had a hamburger. That is red meat. Okay, so if you have 2 or 3 hamburgers at a sitting, oh, some people do, believe it or not. Oh, I wish you could read those food logs. One time I used to, I don't know if you remember, I used to blacken out the name and pass out the food logs, but people didn't like that, so I stopped doing that. Also, you can choose your meat wisely. We like to have turkey off the bone. And you can buy low sodium, low fat turkey off the bone. It's the least processed turkey you can buy. We like to go to Costco and get one of those chickens and gnaw it apart for 3 or like eating the leg like, there's, it's funny. Again, one day at lunch, the kids had wings. I never saw, there was only bone left. I never saw chicken wings cleaned cleaner than those 5th graders. Also, we are not cavemen. What worked for the cavemen, eating meat all day, they were walking 20 miles a day also, and they were living to 38 years old, was an old man. So, let's just kind of keep our eyes on it. So you might say, well, Ellen, what other kind of protein can I get? Because you're always saying I need to have like 90 grams of protein a day to even lose weight. Now, I'm going to ask you all to stop whatever you're thinking right now. There's a box. See this box, this imaginary box? I want you to step away and look at that box and think outside of it. Because I'm going to be bringing up some stuff here that maybe you've never heard of, or you use this usual phrase when someone mentions it, yuck, or Let me just mention a few things. There's seitan, which is a wheat and a grain that looks like meat when it's cooked. I'm not asking you to jump right in and run out and buy that. But a lot of people have heard of tofu. It's such high protein, you can cut it up and put it in eggs, you don't even taste it. Lentils. Lentils are like there's brown, green, red, black. I'm going to get a recipe for lentil soup. It's high in protein and it's delicious. Also, another thing for high proteins is beans in general. You can have beans, kidney, black, pinto, and you can say, well, then I'll make chili with it. Well, you can have chili with ground turkey, which is still a meat, but it's better for you. And then nutritional yeast. I've never tried it, but I have a friend who adds a cheesy taste to her scrambled eggs, her popcorn, her soups by sprinkling on some nutritional yeast. All this, Wegman sells all this stuff. They really do. And then you can have spelt, which is cooked into a porridge, or hemp seeds, green peas. Everyone's heard of green peas, but I don't see a heck of a lot of green peas on anyone's plate. All right? Or spirulina is a blue-green algae. I remember I said to one person everybody had picked all the things for our summer salad and fruit party. I said, well, why don't you bring some sprouts? And she so enthusiastically said, I'd love to. What are they? She didn't know what sprouts were. If you don't know what sprouts were, make a salad, put some sprouts. They're not protein. But oats and oatmeal. Now here's another one, Ezekiel bread. It's delicious and it's high in protein. Someone else brought me a bread wrapper today. I'm going to look at it because there's several. I see on Facebook Royo, R-O-Y-O, a high protein bread, wild rice, chia seeds. Sprinkle some chia seeds on a salad. And then nuts. Everyone knows what nuts are. Be careful with the nuts and seeds because you can make a meal on them. But here's what people don't realize. That broccoli, spinach, asparagus, artichokes, potatoes, sweet potatoes, and Brussels sprouts all have protein. Also, guava, blackberries, nectarines, bananas. It's funny. Remember I told you the kids were eating the nectarines? Well, that's because they couldn't peel them. You see these nails? I peeled so many nectarines last week and they were eating them like candy. But I had gloves on, so I'm peeling them through the gloves. So sometimes you got to try nectarines, bananas. There are protein in those too. I'm going to stop right there, Bobby, and do one more.